I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And a happy Sunday fun day to everybody out there. Scott Duff here along with Ellen Miller.
Good morning, Scott Duff.
Good morning, Ellen Miller. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. I wouldn't mind if it was a tiny bit warmer.
It's going to get a tiny bit warmer.
Good.
Yeah, don't worry. We're now
right.
we're moving through it.
All right, good.
We're moving through
There's
it.
light at the end of that.
I know.
cold
And
tunnel.
and today is Pride Month Eve.
It starts tomorrow.
It starts
June
tomorrow,
1st.
but hey, we're kicking it off early here, but it's always Pride around
It
these
sure
parts
is.
here on the Out Chicago.
Indeed.
Hey, and we got a great show for you today, too. Woodstock Pride is getting ready for its family-friendly Pride Fest, June 12th through the 14th. We're going to be chatting with Melissa McMahon from Woodstock Pride later on this hour. And, girl, I wish I could quit you. I wish I could quit you.
Oh, yeah. I love that line.
Brokeback Mountain. It's a new play with music. Is now playing at the Chicago Shakespeare Theater. It's the North American premiere of the show based on Annie Proulx's captivating novella that inspired the Academy Award-winning film. This movie, this story, guts me. I'm very excited. We're going to be chatting with playwright Ashley Robinson.
Looking forward to seeing that show.
Later. I know. Thursday.
I'll be there. You'll be there?
Girl, I asked off.
We'll be there.
I asked off. See, here's the thing, because I have to ask off from work.
Yes.
So I have to be very strategical about
You have
everything.
to pick your battles.
Pick my plays.
Pick your plays.
Pick my plays, and I'm very excited about going to do that. And you know what? Coming up on June 9th, it's a whole lot of people who are funny that way, being funny that way. It's time once again for Thirst Trap Salon with Manny Petty.
How fun.
It's going to be at Zany's Old Town on June 9th, and we're going to be chatting with Manny Petty in the second hour. And, of course, we would love to hear from you, so give us a call at 773-763-9278. You can also text us at that same number. That is 773-763-9278. And, of course, you can listen to Out Chicago Live Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central on 8:20 a.m. on TuneIn from heartlandsignal.com, or watch the live video stream on the WCPT Facebook page or the Heartland Signal YouTube page. And today's show is live on Facebook, and we're reading your comments, so please leave your thoughts as well as like and share the page, and find it at facebook.com/WCPT 820. So what's new? What's going on with you? How was your holiday week?
My holiday week was fast, like everybody's, because, of course, I thought all day Monday was Sunday. And I thought all day Tuesday was Monday, and then all of a sudden the week was done.
Girl, can I tell you how much it screws up the flow of business?
I'm sure.
At the store.
You see it there in the
Well, because
retail world.
usually Sunday and Mondays are our busiest days. But when there's a 3-day holiday, it usually shifts to Monday and Tuesday, unless it's something like Memorial Day, where people travel on Monday. So all week, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was
Everybody's
just
back,
are you kidding me? They're
getting their
I've got no food.
Yeah, I can see how that could happen.
It was cuckoo bananas. I did over 20,000 steps a day this week. It's a lot inside the store.
Oh my gosh, I do that walking miles.
Yeah. So it's been crazy. I get it. Everyone's like, what day is today? Every day is Blur's Day, though. Ever since the pandemic, it's kind of like, all right.
I know.
I'll get up, put on some clothes, and I'll show up somewhere.
I'm like you. I'm like, what day?
What day? Yeah, Blur's
What do
Day.
I have to do? What doctor?
Yeah.
No, not too many doctor. But I had a good week. I went and saw Covenant at Wednesday.
Isn't it so good?
Oh my gosh! You still have a chance to get there. It's playing for a couple more weeks.
Yes, Covenant at Goodman Theater. We also
one more week, I think.
I think it's one more week.
Yeah, June 6th. I think.
We had the playwright York Walker on a couple weeks ago.
I was thinking about York while watching the play, because I had him on before I saw it.
I know,
obviously.
and we were trying. It's such a hard show to talk about without the
I'm
spoilers.
like, how did you guys not tell me what that? I'm not going to say here either.
It's twisty-turny.
What that twist was at the end that I usually see every twist. Kathy will tell you. I see every twist.
You see it coming.
I did not see this one coming at all. Nope. You got me, York.
There, it is such a stunning production.
It really is.
I'm telling you, the design, the performances, direction, the script, everybody, they are all telling the same story. They are all in the same world. And boy, oh boy, is it a very complicated world.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so glad you liked it.
Oh, I did.
I've been trying to send everybody I know there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go.
I am too, and I'm trying to send people in the next week, so you still have a chance. The Targeted, which I talked about last week, with my dear friend Natalie West starring in it, with Kirsten Fitzgerald, Sadaya Rafay, Larry Grimm, Glenn Obero, and Stephanie Shum, got extended this week.
All right, come on, extension.
Getting some great reviews. It's going until the 21st of June.
All right.
So you have a chance to see this fabulous show. Very unique, different, compelling, funny, lots of emotions going on, and it's at the Chopin Theater. Go check it out. And then I had the great pleasure of seeing Jeff Tweedy for Friday and Saturday. I think that he said this was his 24th year. His wife Susie puts together these 2 nights where they give the money to different charities. It started out helping the kids' school, and then it turned into more. They do 2 nights. Everything goes to charity. Jeff, contributes his services and his great skills and his great talent to this. And the premise is the first 20 people in line get to request a song.
Okay.
I don't know if he does, he picks from 20. He may do 17 or 18. I don't know how many he does, but.
So is that the entire set? Because that's a lot of songs.
Yeah, long set. He played like almost 2 hours last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and usually it's an hour and 50, hour and 45.
So half of that is like audience requests.
All of it.
The whole thing is. Okay.
All of it was.
And
he says the name, and then they can also ask a question. And he is so quick on his feet. Obviously, he's a smart guy. He's very intellectual and funny. And his answers, we're laughing, we're singing. It's a great night. And so after Friday night, we're like, let's see if we can buy more tickets for tomorrow. And they were sold out, but we were able to buy 2 tickets. And it's like watching, a play in 2 acts over 2 nights.
Oh, yeah.
First set and second set, because they were very different shows, all different songs.
Yeah.
So we did that. It was fantastic. We were back home by 9:30. The show ended at like 9:20.
Ideal.
Yeah, it was great.
Ideal.
We were going to stay home last night. So it's almost like staying home. We rode the scooter to the Vic.
It's like 2
4
seconds
minutes away. Yeah, it's like, okay, we just took a little detour for 2 hours and saw a fabulous show. So that's what we did last night. And barbecuing tonight, some ribs.
Are we barbecuing or are we grilling?
We are, we're
grilling. We have to, there's a distinction.
Correct me on
because
this.
That's one thing that I will say, like my time in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Really,
what's your definition of barbecue?
Barbecue involves like low and slow smoking outside. Like it takes like 16 hours. There's
Every barbecuing takes 16 hours?
Yes. There's a difference between grilling, which people grill and they'll put some barbecue stuff on there, barbecue sauce. That is not barbecuing. Barbecuing is like you have a pit.
But they don't call it a grill. They call it a barbecue grill.
Who calls it a barbecue grill? Midwesterners. That's
it's a grill. Ain't no barbecuing going on this grill unless you do it for 16 hours. I still beg to differ with you. Listeners, what do you say?
No, listeners, you're wrong. I'm sorry. There is a difference. There is a difference.
When people say they're coming over when they say you're coming over for a barbecue, does that mean you have to smoke everything for 16 hours?
Pretty much.
Because they don't say you're coming over for a grill.
Well, again, I believe it's like many of the language is fluid.
That's right. That's why I say I'm barbecuing.
Right. It doesn't mean that it is correct. But people understand what you are doing.
I know they do.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
All right.
That's all. Paul is like on board.
Where are you
Especially when it comes to ribs, there's barbecued ribs is a specific thing. But
sweetie. Sorry, honey. I agree with Scott.
See, she's
How
Tennessee.
dare you take his side?
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie.
The definition is a term used with significant regional and national variations to describe various cooking methods that employ live fire and smoke to cook foods. So I do smoke my salmon after I sear it. And salmon you can't do, obviously, so you're saying I'm not barbecuing my salmon, I'm grilling my salmon?
You're smoking your salmon.
But I'm grilling it.
Look again,
barbecuing, I guess.
Kind of. It's a different kind of vibe.
Give me some love here. Yeah, it's barbecuing the salmon.
The salmon, yes. You barbecue the salmon. The ribs, I think you're grilling them.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. I didn't mean to step on that was a very sensitive issue, apparently.
I'm a big barbecue griller. I love I do charcoal and I do gas, but I mainly do charcoal in the summer.
Yeah.
That's how pure, I'm a purist.
That's a
What do you
purist
like
because
to
I
do
don't even.
typically. What's your favorite?
Well,
thing to do
one
in
of the
there?
things we do is we do what we used to call it a barbecue salmon, where I put a dry rub on it, and then I turn it. I spray some canola. I put it flesh side down for like 4 minutes and sear it. Then I flip it over. I put barbecue sauce on it. It's called barbecue sauce, not grilling sauce. This one I buy, and then I turn the fire way down, and I sort of smoke it for about 12-15 minutes in the.
Do you have smoke chips in the?
No, I don't. I just no. I don't.
And you're using a
I
gas
have
grill?
done that. No, this is on a barbecue grill, but it's charcoal. I just turn it way. It's a kettle, it's a barbecue kettle, so I turn it way
Oh, it's
down.
one of those egg
and
things.
No, it's just a Weber kettle.
How do you turn it down?
There are vents on the top and bottom, and that's how you operate it. You have to, and then it just.
I think that counts as barbecue.
I'll go with
Thank
you.
you.
I will go with you. All right, there we go.
All right.
There we go.
So yes, that's what's one of our specialties. We also do ribs that we slow cook in the oven.
Yeah.
Then we marinate them overnight in an Asian barbecue grilling sauce, and then we finish them off slowly again on the charcoal grill in these little stands that I have. They sit up and they just kind of caramelize.
I will say, I love how you're only talking to Paul right now.
Yes, I am.
I take this serious.
Because he sees me.
Yeah.
I see you too.
Yeah, I
And
know
I'm like,
you see
here's
me.
the thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lesbian gene where like there's something about a lesbian and a grill master. Like I'm telling you, like look at
I'm
that.
pretty dang good at
I
it,
know.
I'd say.
Like my neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, she pulls out her smoker and she's
Yeah.
like good to go. I've got some lipstick lesbians, like fancy lipstick
I wear
lesbians
lipstick while I grill sometimes.
who will like. She's a great grill. I'm telling you, there's something about there's a gene. It's like salsa, softball, and grill master.
Love it all.
That's what it is.
Love
I'm
it
telling
all.
you.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I was a grill master this week too. I had taken the day off on Sunday, and we had some folks over.
Oh, yeah. How was your
We
gathering?
too made some ribs, same way that you pointed out. But it was great. It was one of my former students. She just got a job as one of the directors for like the national company of Drunk Shakespeare. So she was in town with her husband. She was doing some rehearsals. They had like, go in because the shows run so long that they go and they have a week of tuning things up and,
Sure.
adding new stuff.
Sobering up.
Well, just yeah. But so she and her husband came over, and then my friend and her daughter came over, and we just had a big old feast. And we were able to like hang out and reconnect. It was awesome.
You did ribs?
I did ribs, yes. Yes. I do a dry rub for 24 hours as opposed to. You said you had like a sauce. You pour some.
It's a recipe I found years ago online, and people just love it. It's got like 15 ingredients in it, as you might imagine. It's got rum. It's got ketchup. It's got Worcestershire. Yeah. It's got garlic. It's got sriracha.
Got everything.
Lots of stuff in there, and people do enjoy them because they got that sweet hot thing going on.
I enjoy a sweet hot thing.
Yeah,
I do. See, I do a dry rub.
I do the
Again,
dry
with-
rub on the salmon, and I let it sit for several hours, and then I brush that same sweet
same
hot that
hot
I
thing.
buy in Nashville on top, and that's another winner.
Nashville's place for barbecue.
It is. That's where I get my sauce and rub.
There you go.
Indeed. So is everybody getting hungry? Because I know I am. So Drunk Shakespeare, I have a quick question. I know people take shots or something. Do the cast members drink during the show?
There is one. I can't give away all the secrets. There's one drunk actor,
Okay.
and
I know some people that have gone, but I don't remember.
there are rules to that.
And the crowd drinks with them.
The crowd is just basically because I've never seen the show.
Yeah, I know about
The crowd is just nutso.
It sounds like it.
Based on what like the show reports that she gets.
Yeah.
She was reading some of like the audience comments. I think it would drive me crazy. People just like because
It drives me crazy when people
are talking back.
Anyway, that's like my pet peeve. So that's
But I think Drunk Shakespeare's kind of like a different thing because there's more, it's encouraged, it's more free spirit, a little more freewheeling, if you will, kind of improvisational, fun stuff.
more like half Shakespeare, half comedy show.
Yeah. And it's only like, it's like less than an hour.
Yeah, because if they stay too long, they'll have to be carrying them out on a
Yes,
stretcher.
indeed.
Probably, yeah.
Indeed. I don't know. So I don't know what. I don't know if they're matching doing shots with
Right.
people or whatever, because I haven't seen it. I would assume some people would. I'm sure they will be drinking throughout the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyway.
Interesting. Yeah,
But not my
people love it.
friend.
I know people that have gone. Yeah.
Not my friend AC, she's like, nope, she's working, she's taking notes, she's writing things down, reading all these things, being very fancy. It's still like, for me, that is one of the relationships that I'm just really kind of happy is in my world. You know, it's funny, we figured it out. I met her 20 years ago when she was about to be in 7th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And now she's like hanging out on the patio and drinking Prosecco, you know, and like with her husband.
Yeah, I
Husband.
know. I mean, I feel that way when I see my goddaughter and her husband and 2 kids, you know, someone you've known from birth. And that shows you how quickly time goes
I know.
by.
Oh, I know. And then the fact that I'm a grandma
Yeah.
3 times, about to be 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I have unwittingly laid a trap for myself.
Yes.
You know how much I love my patio.
Yes, we do.
I love my patio.
Yes, we know.
It's fantastic. You know, when the world gets too much, there's a nice place to go and like have like a little oasis. We have started I started early this year. Everything's doing great. We got everything now
lived?
well, for the most part.
Okay, because I know you were pretty early on.
There
some
were
of
a
those
couple of
flowers.
casualties. There were a
Yeah,
couple of
those guys,
casualties.
yeah.
But I'm like, all right, that's okay. You know, but even one of the casualties, I was like, all right, I'm going to repot you and put you over here. This morning, I was watering all the flowers, and there were new blooms.
See?
Come on. But now I can't leave. Like we've got new patio furniture. There are pillows. Everything is really, really pretty and kind of, I can't
Why
wait to
should
see
you
what's
leave?
like.
Enjoy it. You pay for it.
I know, but
You've all paid for it. You can enjoy your favorite things right outside your door.
It's fantastic.
We planted this week too. Kathy did all the flowers. I did all the herbs and veggies. And I bought 2 big cherry tomato plants from Costco, and in transport 2 big stalks broke off. But I'm rerouting them, and ChatGPT's loving my progress. I'm showing them the pictures. It's ready today when I go home.
All right.
So I'm getting hopefully 2 more plants.
All right.
Let's see. We'll see how this experiment goes. So,
All righty.
yeah,
We'll see if the robot tells you how to grow a tomato.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's
We'll
a
find
test.
out. It is. I can't do ChatGPT.
Oh, I love it. I do it about 100 times a day.
See, you're the
I pay
problem.
for it and everything.
You're feeding it. You're teaching it.
You know, it's here to stay, unfortunately.
Oh, I know it is.
It's
It doesn't
like
mean that
when
we have to like it.
People didn't like the internet when it started.
No,
either.
I know, but people don't like the internet now.
Yeah, they don't like it now.
You know, like I'm just saying.
You know, you have to remember that you can't believe every single thing that just like anything
Right,
you
and
hear.
a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, but you know, when it comes to fixing things, how do I fix this? You know, it's really great for repairing things and.
Oh, I mean, I'll definitely do like
knowledge
a Google search of like, you know, how to deadhead stock flowers.
Things like that.
That's been on the big one lately.
And recipes on ChatGPT. I've made some, you know,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I will return to my trusted sources of the New York Times cooking app. Bon appetit and Epicurious.
I use that too.
That is what I will do. And not teach our robot overlords.
What's weird is they know stuff about you. Do you know that? It's
Girl, look, we've
That's
got a
the part-
robot that lives in our house. We have a smart speaker, which, by the way, you can always listen to WCPT by asking your smart speaker to play WCPT.
Yes, we have a couple smart speakers.
Our smart speaker has been like talking to us without us talking to it.
What?
Yeah. And we're like, also, the voice on my speaker is now the same thing as the voice on my phone. 2 different things. Like one is Amazon, one is Apple. What? I'm telling you.
I don't know that.
We are gonna live in the Matrix. We're gonna be batteries for robots. in 20 years. So it
20
doesn't
years.
matter to me.
Yeah, we got
There we go. Anyway, we should probably take a break
probably should do that.
right now. But before we do that, this part of Out Chicago is brought to you by Team Hochberg. If you are purchasing a new home, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. Kim, a single mom and longtime renter, called David after reading several of his over 700 five-star Google reviews to get pre-qualified to purchase her first home. David answered Kim's questions, supplied her realtor with numerous pre-approval letters until she located and purchased the perfect home for her and her 6-year-old daughter, Sophia. Let's review. Kim contacted David to secure a mortgage on her first home, and David helped her secure a low-interest rate mortgage with only 5% down. If you're purchasing a home and would like the same outstanding service and low interest rate as Kim received, call Team Hochberg now, 855-563-2843, or visit 56david.com. Team Hochberg has helped Kim and thousands of WCPT listeners, but they can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843, or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com. Atlantic Coast Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 643114. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're diving into some of the most ridiculously wonderful stories of the week right here on Out Chicago. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
I'm David Dodd with the Chicago Black Gay Men's Caucus. Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT 820.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller, rolling along. Hey, just want to say, somebody just send us a text.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
text us at
Yeah.
773-763-9278.
Was it about barbecuing?
No, it was about Covenant. They were like, wait, what's the name of the play?
Yeah.
What was the plot point that Ellen was talking about? I'm like, it's Covenant, and I'm not telling you. But it's so good. It's at the Goodman.
Go see it.
Covenant, Goodman.
90 minutes to 100 minutes. It's one
it's-
act. Go check it out.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Also so good. This week on Choose Views, Richard Chu's guests include Anderson Clayton, chair of the North Carolina Democratic Party, comedian, commentator, and author John Fugel-Sang, Brian Lemick of Defend the Vote, legal analyst, podcaster, and author Barbara McQuaid, and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who will be in studio. Also, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. when Richard talks to Mary Morton, president of Morton Group, and the convener of the Chicago's activism of 7 days in June, Health is Primary. They'll be joined by Zahara Bessett, CEO and president of Life is Work Resource Center, a trans-led Chicago-based nonprofit that supports LGBTQ plus people by providing resources for housing, employment, health, and legal aid with a focus on safety and wellness. That's Choose Views, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. That's a lot of show.
That is.
That's a lot of show.
Jam-packed.
Also, Mary Morton, huge, like is so prominent within the LGBTQ
Yes,
community.
yes.
She just announced yesterday that her story is included in the Obama library.
Oh, wow. What a wonderful
She's on 2 floors.
honor.
She's like on the 2nd floor and the 5th floor, I
my
believe.
gosh.
Yeah, her group. It's about. I think the exhibit, I believe, is called like Woke Up Black, and it's celebrating the people in communities community leaders, basically. And so her story is featured among that. I'm so excited for her. Like I couldn't think of a
I
cooler.
can't wait to go. I don't know when I'm going to get there, but I really want to see it.
Hopefully it's not going to be during the county fair. the Freedom 250 County Fair.
Oh, boy.
Girl, this perhaps might have been my favorite story.
Yeah, I agree.
Which will,
agree.
aside from like Texas and the Democratic Party's tweets. Like, I don't know, spin the wheel. Where do you want to go first? Because okay, well, let's just start with Freedom 250.
Yeah.
Because that, girl, so I'm assuming all you lovely people out there know exactly what I'm talking about. So I guess, so the White House announced what can only be called a cavalcade of stars? ? Question mark. It was their lineup for the Freedom 250 County Fair, and a number of them just stampeded right before that exit and announced that they were pulling out the same day that it was announced that it was going to happen. I mean, what? Like,
well, I'm confused as to why they agreed to it and then pulled out so quickly.
well, there's a lot of things because there is America 250, which is the bipartisan commission that has been working for a while to get together to celebrate the United States
right, because they
of
did
America.
say they thought it was bipartisan.
That is America 250. And then there is Freedom 250, which is a dear leader thing. And
when was Freedom 250 supposed to be on his birthday, or was that this?
no, his birthday.
birthday's the
That's when the
14th.
cage match happens.
Right.
Which again,
I know. It's like we're living in a science fiction
We are.
movie.
Did you see that tweet that Hillary Clinton put out?
No.
There was an aerial view of the White House with the construction, the horrible devastation to the East Wing, and then setting up this like giant cage match thing. She's like 1/3 rubble, the 1/3 cage match. Like this is the perfect metaphor for what's going on here. It's like it is on the nosy. Ridiculous. But like the people that did pull out, it was Morris Day and the Time. Morris he put it out on social media. He just went, it's a no for me. Which again, like, what were they told?
I know.
That's what I want to know.
I know, because they
so
all
badly.
feel like they were
They were like, oh, we agreed to do one thing.
Yeah, they thought it was something that was very, I think, nonpartisan or something, obviously.
But again, I think they all thought it was a part of America 250, which again is the bipartisan celebration that has been in the plans for a really long time, a way to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Which people can get behind. Young MC, he's not going to bust a move there. No.
Brett Michaels is not going to bust a move there.
Well, does he ever bust a move?
He thinks he does.
Well, but even then, Brett Michaels is weird. He's a weird one because it was him and not Poison. You know what I mean? Also,
well, he tours as Brett Michaels now. I don't know that he tours as
with Poison.
Yeah, I don't think because Kathy Richardson was on tour with him 2 years ago for a whole bunch of dates, and it was Brett Michaels' Party Gras. Is how it was. Party Gras tour. Yeah, it was nothing about Poison. Yeah, he's one of those that's evolved, I guess, into Party Gras.
Yeah.
You think Brett Michaels would want to do this, though, because he's a Celebrity Apprentice champion.
But here's the thing. He too thought, he was kind of on the edge, apparently, but then I think he started getting threats, like his family. It's one of those where people were like, there was bad things going on. So he's like, this is weird. So I'm just not going to do it.
Good.
The thing that I always remember about Brett Michaels is when he performed on the Tony Awards and he got hit in the head with a backdrop coming in because he didn't move.
He didn't go
realize
to rehearsal, I guess.
No, or he went to rehearsal, or he was, because I think it was around like Rock of Ages when that came out, the hair metal jukebox musical. And he was like, got bonked on the head by a thing coming down. Made me giggle just a little bit. I'm like, dude, there we are. But the Commodores pulled out. Another head scratcher, Milli Vanilli. Now, one of them is dead, and both of them didn't sing. Like,
The lip syncers.
What is going on? And Martina McBride also bailed on this whole thing, so that leaves Vanilla Ice and Flo Rida, maybe CNC Music Factory, although it was gave a very weird video out where he's like, I don't mess with Trump and blah, blah, blah. And so they might be, I don't know.
Well, did you hear his posts yesterday about how
he's going to be the lead?
He called himself the #1 attraction anywhere in the world and the man who gets much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, he wrote. He should take the place of these highly paid third-rate artists.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he said,
I love that.
Yeah. Unbelievable. No, it's believable.
You do. What's wrong with him? That he only refers to himself in the third person.
I know, Trump this and Trump that.
And he should do it. I mean, who are you talking about?
He's ordering his representatives to explore the feasibility of doing an America is Back rally, where he would give a major speech rallying the country forward like I've never done before since being president.
Well, yeah, because he hasn't done it ever. He's never rallied the country moving forward. He's
We have the hottest country. Our country was dead before I took over. We have the hottest country in the world right now. You know that, Scott?
We do.
Our country was dead before he took over.
I know. Thank
Did
goodness.
you know we were dead?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. You know, and thank goodness. Thank goodness for that.
For him.
But I just like, what's wrong? What is wrong with him? What's wrong with him? It's just bananas. So I don't know.
It boggles our mind.
We'll see how MAGA explains this one away.
Yeah.
He so wants to drive culture. He so just wants to drive culture. And the only culture he's maybe even come close to is like froyo. You know,
yogurt culture.
I mean,
and then he got the Kennedy. They're taking his name off the Kennedy Center, and they're telling him he can't do a 2-year project. Too bad they didn't step in before he demolished the East Wing of the White House. But you know, at least they're.
Well, he didn't wait. That was a surprise to everybody. He just did it. He's the king of the world. He's the king of the world. All right, let's go to the phones and see what's going on there. Michael, welcome. You're on Out Chicago.
Hi, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
I love your comments. First of all, I don't know what this man is thinking, just like you said, Scott. This man, I don't understand. His ankles are swelling up. His hands look like he's ready to, he should be, his casket ready. And I'm looking forward to it personally.
Okay.
But that's not the Christian thing to say. Let me just say, anytime they're going to turn the inflection pool into what I call a hillbilly conclave, this is madness with our money. The taxpayers have to pay for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a $1.7 billion flush fund. He's getting ready to pay back those people. The only thing that he told people to move forward to was to the Capitol to kill off Congress. And Mike Pence, he needs more prayer, because I saw him on, I think it was this week, and he was talking crazy as the day was long. He stumbled on numerous questions because they were trying to question him. I took notes. It was crazy. And I felt sorry for John, what's the guy's name that lost to Ken Paxton?
Cornyn.
John in Texas.
Cornyn,
John
yeah.
Cornyn.
Yeah, he's been there a while. If you look at his voting record, it's not that progressive, but I would rather see him than Ken Paxton.
Well, we might not. Who knows? We might not be seeing Ken Paxton. I mean, it's definitely going to be a very, very interesting race. But Michael, that actually,
I'm saving my money to go down to Texas to help
James Tellerico.
Yes, Tellerico. That's what I'm doing. I'm saving my money because this is madness. And I think, can he be sued for what he did already to the White House? That's not his house. That's our house.
Mm-hmm.
The White House is our house.
He's all about himself. Nobody else matters. No other person. Just himself.
Yeah, and we're at a 4-year high in terms of gas prices. We're at a 3-year high in terms of inflation. And it's madness.
He's so out of touch. Yet he had these common people that thought they were going to help him for some. They were going to help them. He was going to help them. He's the most.
And I think that the LGBTQ community, we have to organize on the ground like we've never done it before.
Yeah, amen.
Many of us who are involved in politics, Mary Morton and all of us, who have been around these young people who are pissed off, and I don't blame them. Look, this man abolished the Department of Education. That means these young people won't be able to go to college or to trade schools if their parents don't have the money up front to pay for it. And that's just one of the things. I know he's threatening Social Security. They've been looking at it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like so much is going to go down after the midterms. Like all of this stuff, like all this big beautiful bill doesn't go into effect until after the midterms. All of this stuff, they're waiting until the end of that. Hey, Michael, thank you so much for calling in, and hopefully we'll see you at the center on Halstead when we broadcast live from the Pride Parade.
I look forward to it.
Fantastic. And just to piggyback on what Michael was saying to you about the stuff going on in Texas, because it was primary season in Texas. And it was kind of like, let's see exactly how much Dear Leader has a hold of the Republican Party, and it's still firm grip. It's like that. It's like that elastic on his diaper that's keeping all of the doo-doo inside. That's his grip on the Republican Party. And Trump's pick that was the godly the Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton. He secured the nominee, ousting incumbent John Cornyn, who also voted with Dear Leader 91% of the time, I believe, is the number.
Not good enough.
Not good enough, apparently.
100% you have to kowtow to the president.
Yeah, and apparently the people that did turn out in this runoff for the candidate, they're just fine with an attorney general who was impeached by his own party on 20 articles, including bribery, abuse of public trust, obstruction. We know they don't really care about his infidelity because he's also going through a very messy public divorce right now. So they don't care about that. But good Christian family values. Confused. So now it's going to be Paxton versus James Tellerico for the Texas Senate seat. Now, Tellerico, talk about good Christian values. Okay, he is a teacher, a state representative, a seminarian. I've loved watching him speak and hearing the message that he has. He's somebody who is in this community, who knows his community so well. His character is unimpeachable. So the only thing that MAGA can do is come up with stupid schoolyard nicknames. They were floating around the hilarious Telefrico. Language is your toy. And now they're hurling bizarre anti-trans claims at him. Human bat testicle, Stephen Miller tweeted out this week, the Democrats made history in Texas by nominating their first transgender Senate candidate.
What?
What? Huh? Totally
That's
untrue.
Her favorite subject.
It really is.
No matter
wait
what
a second.
Case.
It came out of nowhere. It was just like plain weird. And then my favorite, and perhaps the most bizarre thing that happened this week, the official Democratic Party account told this gnarled bit of scrotum skin to kindly sit down by replying, "Shut up, you ugly fire truck." Mm-hmm. They didn't say fire truck.
No, they didn't.
And the pearl clutching that happened with MAGA was like just delicious. That happened. But I'm like, yes, thank you. I'm waiting for T-shirts to be made, hats to be made, buttons to be made of "Shut up, you ugly fire truck" to be made and donned proudly throughout Pride Month that's going on. So Democrats getting some teeth.
Yeah, about time.
It's going to be so weird. And again, Citizens United, I hate it. It is the worst. They have spent so much money on a campaign.
Who's got the most money wins.
But it's like, what? All of that money? Because wasn't it already like $100 million that went into the Texas primary
insane
runoff?
Amount of money.
It was around that number, and people are like, it's just, I can't even imagine.
There was speculation that they wouldn't have money left for, the campaigns in the fall, but I think they just have an unlimited surplus because, you got the Elon Musks of the world, you got the Jeff Bezoses of the world apparently that are supporting
all the other candidates. It is just, it's insane. So
wrong,
Texas,
wrong.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy. Texas, again, Christian values, family values.
Hypocrites.
The guy that was impeached by his own party.
No, he looks because Trump as given them their marching orders.
All right.
And they're just
but here's the thing about the primary stuff. So when it comes to a primary runoff, there's usually lower voter turnout,
Right.
and only like the really super duper extreme people come out and vote for him, and that's why Paxton won in such a huge landslide. Now it'll be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen as we move towards the midterm elections. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When the rest of the people are like, wait a second. What? And then you've got this very a great communicator, plain spoken, faith based, really wants to connect with the people.
Hopefully it'll inspire Democrats to come out in droves and independents.
That is the hope. That is the hope there. Look, we have flown through a break. We need to do that because we've got a guest coming up. So we're going to take a really, really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be speaking with Melissa McMahon from Woodstock Pride. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
I'm Molly McCormick.
And I'm Danny Parpan.
And we're an indie folk group called The Fruit Flies.
Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, rolling along here. And Monday on Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan Esposito will be talking to Texas Democratic Party Chair Kendall Scudder, Nicholas Enrich, a former civil servant who worked at USAID under 4 administrations and author of Into the Wood Chipper, a whistleblower's account of how the Trump administration shredded USAID, and Brian Kennedy, mayor of Glendale, Wisconsin, national president of Democratic Municipal Offices, member of the DNC, and author of the new book, It's All Local, Saving Democracy from the Ground Up. You don't want to miss that. Live, Local, and Progressive weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 AM, heartlandsignal.com, and tune in. As we said at the top of the show, it is Pride Month Eve. Mm-hmm. We celebrate Pride 365 here.
We do.
Yes, we sure do. And Woodstock Pride is getting ready for its family-friendly Pride Fest, June 12th through the 14th. And joining us now from Woodstock Pride is Melissa McMahon. Melissa, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's wonderful to be here.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to have you here. Can you just remind listeners, what is the mission of Woodstock Pride?
So here at Woodstock Pride, we are a community organization its whole mission is to promote diversity, cultural integration, self-celebration of the LGBT residents, community at large, their families, and the businesses represented.
I love that. It's and right now. Can I just ask you, what's the vibe up in Woodstock right now? We've been seeing some pushback in some of the suburbs, like Downers Grove. There was a big thing going on about how they don't want the Pride Parade, but the mayor there was like, "Hey, this is going to be Pride Month. We're going to do it." What's the vibe like in McHenry County these days?
So it's a little bit of a mixed bag.
Okay.
I would say we're kind of a red county, but Woodstock is definitely that big rainbow star in the middle.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say in general, we are a very purple city. But overall, we've had nothing but support from the city of Woodstock. We actually will have our Pride Proclamation for the month of June at the council meeting this coming Tuesday. So we're really appreciative and grateful for the support that we get from our city. That unfortunately is not true for all, but we can say that in Woodstock. Now there's lots of keyboard cowboys out there commenting on anything and everything that we might put up. And we've seen that for years, but what I'm seeing more of this year that I'm loving, just kind of watching there with popcorn in the background, is the comments. Like the people are taking them down. Like somebody will say something that's just not so nice, and there'll be 4, 5, 6 comments of you weren't invited, just the people just supporting.
Yeah.
So
people
that's
from the
been great.
community.
And like I said, the community on a whole really has our back. And so many people are just excited to come out and celebrate. So we are once again looking forward to just being that little beacon out there for whoever might need it.
And I'm guessing that you've seen in the years you've been doing it, I would think that more and more people from the community are realizing how important it is to have a festival like this, and you're probably gaining more traction with people trying to, for supporting LGBTQ causes by just having this event. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, just the visibility of continually doing this, and having the support to be allowed to do it, because we take over the town square.
Yeah.
The heart of Woodstock is often said that it's the town square, and there's so much happening throughout the city, but we take over. We take over, and the people come, and it's wonderful. So the support every year is a little bigger, and that's wonderful because more people are finding us. We like to say that Chicago is that party that you go and, it's great, it's wonderful and stuff, but Woodstock is where you go when you want to take your family to a pride.
Yeah. Well, and oh my gosh, this year you've got multiple events that are going to be coming. I'm sitting there going like, oh my gosh, and look, the Woodstock Square could not be cuter. It is just the most adorbs. What is going on? What do you have planned? Again, multiple events that you have planned for Woodstock Pride Fest that's happening June 12th through the 14th.
Well, like you said earlier in one of the commercials, was we're Pride 365. And we're here all that time, and it just seemed not fair to only do stuff on one day. So a couple of years ago, we added more days. This year, we're up to 3. So one of our grand marshals for the parade, we generally have a hometown and a celebrity kind of grand marshal, and our celebrity happens to also be hometown. Her name is Catherine Brooks. She is a Emmy award-winning director, producer, writer. She's worked in television and in film, and she and her wife came to Woodstock. They moved here about 2 years ago after literally interviewing states and cities across the country. Wow. She was stepping back from the LA life, and they came to Woodstock. So it's called An Evening with Catherine Brooks. We're going to screen parts of some of her work. Like I said, she's done documentaries, she's done feature films, she's done TV, and then some. So we're going to have an evening watching some of her stuff, and then just kind of having a discussion of community, why choosing someplace like Woodstock is so important. Being accepted wherever, you need to be accepted where you live. And I'm happy to say that that's very much a theme here in Woodstock. We love everybody.
I see you're doing a pub crawl on Saturday night. Tell us about that, the Pride pub crawl.
The Pride pub crawl. So actually we start off Saturday morning with an event. We've done a color run for a number of years, and it's fun, it's cute, but we're like, you know what? We want a little bit more action. So somewhere in probably the middle of the night, I dreamt up, I miss field day. So,
yes,
all those
kickball,
quirky,
the shuttle run. Yes.
All those quirky little relays and stuff. I'm like, we don't get to do that as adults. I'm like, we're doing it. So it's an all ages. It's all ages. We're doing things like, instead of a three-legged race, we've got the blow up costumes that require 2 people. So the front and back of a horse type of costume. Oh no. Those are our relays. You got to do it now. Anybody can do a 3-legged race. Let's
see if we can do an inflatable horse. Yeah.
Yes. So we will still end our event with the color run. It's so much fun to have that just thrown, and the smiles on people's faces is just great. So we have that on Saturday morning, and then that evening we do indeed have our pub crawl. For our over 21 crowd. And the best part, Woodstock really, really lends itself to community events within walking distance, because, we're on a pub crawl. We're doing the safest as possible. Right. Everyone can walk. So we've got, I think, 7 or 8 locations signed up, and we're still signing locations up. You're going to get 2 drink tokens to be used at any of the participating restaurants, and you're getting some really cool Woodstock swag. We are doing, it's really cute. It's tiny little Stanleys with our logo on it and stuff. Cute. and a note that says it's not an open carry. Take this home.
Right.
we want to see your pictures, not your mugshot, but we're just, we're having fun with it. So it's a good time. And like I said, it's wonderful because we get to partner up with our local businesses, 7 or 8.
I'm sorry, we're kind of up against a hard break right now.
No.
So the weekends wraps up with a Pride Parade, right?
It does. So we've done this for a number of years, and the parade itself will kick off at 11 a.m. It kind of goes through town and back out a little bit, so there's a lot of opportunity to spread out, but most people do stay on the square. But if you want to see everything, feel free to spread out and come back to the square after. That's at 11 a.m. And then we kick off the festival itself on the square at 12.
It's going to be an incredible event. Again, if you are in or near McHenry County, let your true colors shine at Woodstock Pride's family-friendly Pride Fest. It's June 12th through the 14th. For information about all of the incredibly fun events, including Field Day, and thank you for putting that in there, because adults need to play. You can go to woodstockilpride.com. Melissa McMahon from Woodstock Pride, thank you very much, and happy Pride Month.
Thanks, Melissa.
Happy Pride Month Eve to you, too.
Yes. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the second hour about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
I'm filmmaker Stephen Cohn. Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT.
And welcome back to the second hour of Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along on this Pride Month Eve.
Pride Month Eve, and my sister's birthday eve.
Oh, happy birthday, sister. Happy birthday,
Evangeline.
Evangeline. Of course.
Evangeline. We call her Vange.
Vange.
Oh,
Miss Vangie. Miss Vangie.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that reference is.
And I don't.
I know, it's because Drag Race. Dang it. One of these days you're going to watch it. One of these days you're going to watch Ellen Miller, and we can have barbecue while we do it.
Woo, baby, let's do it. Now I'm enticed.
Hey, we've got a great second hour lined up for you. A little bit later on this hour, we're going to be chatting with comedian Manny Petty. He is bringing the Thirst Trap Salon to Zany's Old Town just in time for Pride on June 9th. So please stick around and listen to that. But girl, I'm so excited about our next guest.
You've been quoting one of your favorite lines all morning.
I wish I could quote you. I had to wear my country denim blouse.
Yeah, you really dressed for the occasion.
Well, because the end when there's like hugging. Their shirts are hugging. Oh. Look, I'm talking about Brokeback Mountain. It is a new play with music.
Yeah.
I hopefully that's what it sounds like to me. It's now playing at Chicago Shakespeare Theater. It's the North American premiere based on Annie Peru's captivating novella that inspired the Academy Award-winning film where the shirts were hugging at the end, and it just killed. Joining us now is actor, playwright, and apparently a passionate flip-flop wearer, Ashley Robinson. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are y'all?
Oh,
good,
we're doing
thanks.
great. Look, how are previews going? I know you started this weekend.
Yeah, previews are going, you know what? And you better have your censor bleep ready because I'm fatigued, foul-mouthed, and feral.
Okay, well, hopefully, hopefully you're better. You will listen to your better angels. We are on the radio.
But he can get it.
Yeah, no.
Paul's been alerted. He's got his finger on the button.
Paul, his eyeballs just went wink. All right, we got it. So great. So, look, my first introduction to Brokeback Mountain, it wasn't the novella. It was the Ang Lee movie that literally just about did me in. What was your introduction to Annie Peru's Brokeback Mountain?
So what's funny about all this is you guys are based in Chicago, obviously, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. So Landmark Century Cinemas. I was here doing a sit-down production of Wicked.
Yeah.
And I lived in East Lakeview, as you do.
Yeah.
And I went to Landmark Century Cinemas, and I just went and saw Devil Wears Prada, too, with my boyfriend. And we went to it was Cinema 1. I will never forget it. And I walked right across the street to what was Borders at the time. And it's pretty like boarded up now.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. And I got the short story and I read it aloud. And that was I don't know, 2006, something.
Yeah.
And then about 10 years later, I said, I wonder if I still have that little slim copy. It had it was just the story. It wasn't in this collection that it comes from. It had the movie poster on it. And I pulled it back down from the shelf and I read it again. And I said, oh my God, this is a play. And I know how to make this a play.
Wow.
And yes, it is a play with music, but that did us no favors calling it that in London because they all thought it was a musical,
right?
Which I can't think of a more ridiculous thing in my life.
Like Wicked, that's a musical. Right. Brokeback Mountain is a play with music.
Yeah,
it enhances the story.
Yeah, well, it gives us tone, and it gives us outer landscape, which we can't get in the theater.
Yeah,
and it gives us inner landscape of a lead character who really doesn't say a hell of a lot, which is a bit of a problem in a theater.
Right. Yeah, it's so funny because it reminds me just the tone of it sounds a lot to me like Frank Galati's Grapes of Wrath, where there is music that helps to give you like a sense of place, of time, the expansion, because like as you were saying, it's so hard to do that in a theater. And especially with this character of Ennis, who is quite quiet. Like for me, not to do a quick little side step, but just because you brought up Devil Wears Prada, Devil Wears Prada, the musical, had an out-of-town tryout here, and I remember they've changed it a lot, but I remember thinking like, okay, a musical, a character only bursts into song because they have no other choice. They're feeling such huge emotions, and with like Miranda Priestley, that character keeps all of her emotions in secret. So like, how can she burst into song? And so was this a challenge for you with this character who is like very stoic, like still waters run deep, like all that sort of stuff? Was that a challenge to bring this story to the stage?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm from a really rural town in South Carolina. I think that's why Annie chose me to do the thing, because I gave her a treatment, which is, this is what I want to do with music. This is what, and luckily she said, this is our guy. But I think humor, there's a lot of humor that is definitely in her story that a lot of people, I think maybe in London, just because it's so colloquial and salty and that sort of working class American spit in tragedy's face, let's laugh about it.
Yeah.
There's no funnier place to be than a Southern funeral.
Right?
Yes. And so I put a lot of, especially around his stoicness, there's a lot of humor. And that's how you do it without, there was an opera too, and it's like, well, he's not singing this for the same reason you talked about Miranda Priestley not singing.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Devil Wears Prada, but that sounds just odd because it takes her power away.
Yeah. It's a challenge. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're on the same page, Ashley.
Yeah.
This play's going to be great.
Ash, were there any moments from the short story that became like more powerful to you in the theater setting than they were on the page?
Interesting. Well, yes, because there's I have on the first page of the script, more, it's a quote from the brilliant Mark Twain biography that came out last year. It's by the same guy who wrote the Hamilton biography that Hamilton's based on. I don't know his name. That's me being an idiot, but
you're in previews. You're tired. You're salty. It's fine.
I'm tired and salty. But there's a great Twain quote where he says, "There's more in his silences than in his words," and I think you can really do that, and that really lifts off the page. And there's so much breadth in this, though it is 90 minutes, and we span 20 years, and there's so much breadth and space, and the music a big part of this poetry. I just did it.
It's
did it.
okay.
I'm
We're
so
all
sorry.
good.
He's on it. He's on it.
We're all good. That's a little bonus for the YouTube set. That's what we got right there.
What was I saying before? Oh, her
music.
gorgeous prose.
Yeah.
So Dan, I would put in like paragraphs about the land and her describing the sky and the light, and he would just brilliantly sort of lift it, and sometimes directly put it, set it. He would directly set it, and sometimes it would rhyme and sometimes not, and sometimes he said the other day during an interview we did for like in-house for Chicago Shakes, he said, I just want to say, like, if Annie Prue wants a lyric credit, she deserves it, because but that's the power of music as well, to lift that off the page and for us to get her written word, which you can't really get in the film. And what I'm really, the reason she really picked me is I think I'm really working class, and I come from working class people, and I think she said this to me, that it's not it is a gay story, of course, but that's not the point. Like our culture has taken this and made it a punchline, and it's the gay cowboy story. And my God, it's so much more than that, and so much universal, more universal than that. And I think the reason that she really honed in on what I was trying to do is we both say, and she agrees, that this is really a story about class. And it's a story, and we don't often, we love to talk about identity politics, but we never include class. And it's very interesting to me that because it should be. And I think that's why this story happens and still does happen. What'd you say? Sorry.
No,
we had to bleep you again, Ashley.
Oh,
the S word.
I'm tired.
That's okay. You warned us.
If people who are listening to this show have not heard this language before, then yes, then they need to grow up.
So I've got so the music, this is all original. It's not like found songs that would kind of help establish. No. It's taken from the text.
It's taken from the text, and Dan did also really beautiful things. So there are like radio songs, and there are gorgeous moments where songs will be live. And the band really opens up. Like, we've been hearing sort of canned music, like in the bar and, in different locations. And then when they go to the mountain, the space really expands with light.
Yeah.
And sonically, we go from a little tinny jukebox speaker, and then the band joins in and takes over. And then there's another moment when the band is live and all this stuff is going on, and Alma just comes in and switches on the radio, and all the sound from the band just zaps into the radio. So there's a lot of sonic fun that we're having, and Dan is having. And
I'm so excited about this. And again, there's something so wonderful about, like you were saying, the power and the universality of music to really just, again, capture a moment in time that really will help set the scene, especially in a theatrical way.
And speaking of that, is there an emotional response that you hope audiences carry with them when they leave the theater?
Yo, I have to tell you, these previews have been, and I think that Americans get the colloquial nature of the thing, and they get, it's been, not only hooting and hollering and cheering and all of that stuff, but people are sobbing, and couples are holding each other.
Yeah, that will be me on Thursday.
So
just so you know.
Thanks for the warning, Ash.
It's crazy. I just got chills thinking about seeing this.
Well, you're doing your job. You're doing something important if you're getting that kind of reaction out of people.
I hope so, because it's a story that really, unfortunately still needs to be told.
Yeah.
And I hope not too soon as a cautionary tale, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So we've been alluding to the production had Brokeback Mountain had a run in London's West End. Has it? Has it changed? Because I was thinking, because like as you've been saying, this story is uniquely American in many ways. You know, there is something about the working class structure, the just where the mountains and the plain, like just there's something very uniquely American. Have you changed? Like, have you been doing any working with the actors for this North American production, or?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah. The fun thing about having new actors, and I got to put a lot of. Yeah, I'm cheap. I love a laugh, so yeah. So, but I put a lot of jokes back in and a lot of levity back in because I really believe that if you open people's hearts like that, then you can deliver the punch a lot deeper.
Yeah.
And so there's you're going to have a good time because there is light in this piece and there is humor in this piece. And so I got to put scenes back that were taken out for London. And the other fun thing is you get to tailor a suit to actors. So I'm like, ooh, like Jack's really good at this. And I expanded the rodeo monologue for him. And now I need an intro into these two monologues. I think it needs to be about the truck as a metaphor. His truck, that he's got this brand new truck and he misses his old truck from when he was poor because a sort of wealth disparity happens between the two of them as we go along these 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years, I meant to say, put a pin in that. The music also helps take us 20 years through time. So that's also a use of the music. Now back to the wealth disparity between Jack and Ennis. Because Jack marries well.
Yeah.
And Ennis continues to be sort of a deadbeat husband and father.
Yeah.
And Alma becomes a very important character in this piece. So it's not just a piece for gay men, even though, the bathroom line is a lot longer for the men.
Only at the theater and gay bars.
Ashley, quick question. Finish your thought. Sorry.
Women are very important. And someone came up to the director after in London in tears, American guy in his late 60s, and said, "We did this to our wives."
Wow.
And
touched some nerves there, huh?
Yeah. And so there's a lot of that in here with Alma that I don't think was as present in other forms, I guess.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to make her almost a fulcrum and a sounding board for what these women went through and the wake of destruction that hiding oneself and having to hide oneself because of society and because of class, just how that ravages.
It still happens too.
Yes.
Today.
You hear lines like, we both married with kids, right? And when they're in the motel bed together, and you hear this sort of uncomfortable laughter.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're like, well, you are.
Stepped on some toes there.
I was just quickly before we let you go, because we're near the end here, Ashley. You're back in Chicago. What are your favorite things to do now that you're back?
Oh, I had a very sort of emotional. I took my boyfriend to we did a little walk up Boys Town, fine, whatever. But we went back down Broadway to my favorite bookshop. What's the one on Broadway?
Unabridged Books.
Oh,
yep.
So good. Because I used to live on Berry and Broadway, and I would go to that Intelligentsia every single morning.
Yeah.
And we walked down to Century Cinemas, and we went to the very theater in which I saw Brokeback, and because that's all very special.
Yeah.
But I love that neighborhood, and we went to Lincoln Park to Steppenwolf and walked around Lincoln Park, and I love that.
Yeah.
And
I've been blessed to live in that neighborhood too, and I too saw Brokeback Mountain at the Landmark Cinema Century Cinema.
oh, wow.
Exactly
Yeah.
where I saw. Maybe we were in the same screening.
could have
Who
been.
knows?
Let's just say that we were, huh?
Let's say we were.
Let's say we were.
And I can't wait to go full circle and see you. This we're coming to the press opening on Thursday, so
Thursday,
we're
yeah.
really excited to
Can
see
y'all
the
come
show.
and say hello? I have curly
One.
hair, and I'll be in a brown suede like shirt jacket.
Ooh, I love it.
100%.
We will say hello for sure.
We will.
Please come.
And
Yeah.
make sure don't miss the North American premiere of Brokeback Mountain, written by Ashley Robinson. It's I think it's North American premiere at Chicago Shakespeare Theater. It's now playing through June 28th. For tickets and for information, go to chicagoshakes.com. Ashley Robinson, we thank you for being salty. And we wish we could quit you, but we can't.
We can't quit you.
And my shirt's gonna hug another shirt, and I'm gonna be real sad all the time. Oh my gosh, Ashley Robinson, break legs as
Yes.
you head towards opening night.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be joined by comedian Manny Petty. So stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hi, this is Renee Taylor. You're listening to Out Chicago, WCPT 820.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller. Rolling along
Yes,
here.
sweet.
There we are. Hey, tomorrow on Driving It Home on WCPT, Patty Vasquez will be joined by Dan Schaefer, civic media political editor and founding editor of the Recombobulation area in Wisconsin. Cheney Mosley, a congressional candidate in Tennessee's 6th District. Jenny Korotko, the approachable healer. That is all on Driving It Home with Patty Vasquez weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Well, we all know that it is Pride Month Eve. We're very, very excited. And it's time for a whole lot of people who are funny that way to get funny that way. Once again, it's Thirst Trap Salon with Manny Petty at Zany's Old Town on June 9th. And joining us now is our good friend, comedian Manny Petty. Hello, Manny.
Hello, folks. How are you?
We're
Good.
great.
How are you?
Oh, it's so good to hear from you guys again. I hope you're doing well, and I'm so excited for Pride Month.
I know, right? How are things going with you?
I'm good. I mean, I look like a slutty Mario brother as always.
Wonderful.
So that makes me happy.
Yes. That is your signature look, and could
It is my
possibly be a
signature.
signature fragrance.
You never know.
Although somebody told me that when I don't have a hat on and I'm bald and with the mustache, I look like Steve Harvey if he were white and joined the circus.
Oh,
That's a lot
that
of imagination
is
going on there.
actually eerily spot on right there.
I know this is radio, so you can't see me, so people will just have to look me up online.
Well, and you should because delightful, hilarious, insightful. Can you remind our listeners about the birth of Thirst Trap Salon, because it has grown?
It has, like so many things. No, I'm not going to go there, but yeah.
Thank you. We had to bleep a lot out of our last interview. So.
I'll be better. I promise.
Thank
I'll be
you.
better. By the way, Brokeback Mountain. That's Brokeback. Just has a whole new meaning for me now that I'm pushing 50. It's just
Right.
everything's
100%.
Brokeback for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And also your knees, a shoulder.
My knees,
Yep.
broke knee mountain, broke
Yeah.
shoulder mountain.
Yes. But Thirst Trap
No,
Salon.
I started doing Thirst Trap Salon at the Newport Theater in Wrigleyville, which is a fringe theater and mostly a theater that does burlesque shows and clown and other fringe kind of theater. So I started that as sort of a Pee Wee's Playhouse homage show. And then as, because I was a parody songwriter for a long time, I hosted burlesque shows. But then I switched over to stand-up comedy, about 7 years ago. And I reformatted the show to a stand-up comedy format, and we've done it at Zany's. This is our third year doing it at Zany's, and it features Chicago's funniest LGBTQ plus comedians. We got the L's, the G's, the Q's, the pluses, no minuses. It's so exciting, and this year's lineup is man, it's a fire.
Any
lineup.
any
I'm
names
so
you can
excited about
drop, and a couple names you can drop for us?
Oh, of course. We have, for example, we have Quinn James, who's a hilarious comedian, host of CBC comedy show and Stand Up Strip Down, which is a burlesque comedy show. So that comedy show is the comedians, I guess, do a burlesque act and then do a comedy set.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of a strip joker.
Yeah,
that I did, was one of the producers on back in the day, where there's something really wonderful about like watching comedians tell jokes while they're taking off their clothes. I don't know.
It's disgusting and wonderful.
It is disgusting and wonderful.
Lots of jokes going on at one time.
Yes, well, and it's also very empowering too,
sure
because
it is.
somebody who has some severe body issues, I was like, oh, this is amazing and empowering.
You're brave.
Sorry, that didn't mean to make it about me, but go ahead.
No, I know when I did it, I was wearing something very tight, and I was like, don't worry, this set's going to be uncut.
Right. So what else is on the lineup for Zanies coming up? Old Town on June 9th.
We have Queenie Bitch, who's hosted the show for years and years and years, and one of my oldest friends in comedy, hilarious insult, non-binary comedian. And Queenie's actually the producer of Windy City Comedy Fest, so that's every August here in Chicago. This is the second year they're doing it in a row, and it's become a really big, huge deal in Chicago, so definitely check that out. We have Talia Clay, who has just blown up online. Talia is just a fabulous trans comedian. Also is the producer of Spilling Tea variety show, which is pretty awesome if you like comedy and drag and variety and burlesque. That's a really fun show too. God, so many. I don't even know if I can name them all. We have Delilah Orizaba, Beckett Kenny, Danny Lang, Caitlin Chekarowski, Sona Agarwal, just so many awesome.
Oh my gosh,
people.
so many fun people. Yeah,
So
right there.
many.
Oh my gosh, Beckett. I thought I
is
had a lot of energy. I thought I had a lot.
Beckett has a whole bit about Helen Keller that is so funny.
Oh no!
If you've ever seen Beckett's kid, it's very funny.
I'm sure it is, but I'm like, oh gosh, I keep going back to those jokes that I memorized when I would go to the mall and go to the little dirty joke book section. That's what I would do.
But what's clever about his joke, it's more about him being clueless about who Helen Keller is.
Right.
Which makes it really funny.
Oh yeah, you've got to put your own spin to it and everything, and definitely play up the absurdity. So this lineup is stacked with some really fabulous people. Question for you, because I've been out of I've stepped away from the comedy scene for a couple years. What is the state of queer comedy in Chicago? It sounds like there are a lot of these independent shows that are popping up in showcases, because of course you can't keep us down. But how are we doing when it comes to infiltrating the general scene these days?
I think there's an audience for it. There's definitely more of an audience for it than there used to be. We used to just be kind of just a curiosity stand up. Like, oh, that was weird. There was a gay person on the lineup. There was a queer person. That was strange. To now it's, I just did a show the other night. It wasn't a queer show, and there was 4 of us on the lineup, which is pretty great.
That's great.
Among other types of people. And it wasn't even considered that, oh, you can't put too many queer people on a lineup if it's not a queer show. It wasn't even that. It was just a regular show.
Well,
so
Second
that
City
was really nice.
has queer performers every review now. There's a lot of LGBTQ plus content. So I think the breakthroughs are huge, and I love it.
And at the end of the day, funny is funny.
Right.
The audience just want to laugh, especially nowadays. We are doing the Lord's work.
You are doing the Lord's work.
Oh my God! Say that again.
Yeah, that's that's one of the biggest things. Finding the funny is not easy. And the fact that thankfully we have folks like you, Manny Petty, and the incredible shows like Thirst Trap Salon that's going to be at Zanies on June 9th, where we can go and have an escape and just laugh. which is such a which in itself, like as we are coming up on Pride Month, is an act of rebellion, just showing queer joy or joy. It doesn't have to necessarily be queer joy, but because we're the gay show, why not? But like there's something about making sure that we're not letting the bastards keep you down, sort of vibe, and that's what a comedian does, and hopefully get you to think about some things too.
Absolutely. And I think laughter is our last hope. You know what I mean? I go, I tour all around the Midwest, and I play these like smaller places, these suburban places, smaller towns. And I tell you, the crowds are always some of the best crowds. It's interesting how complicated people are.
Yeah.
Well, and go finish your
Go
thought.
ahead.
I was just going to say, the comedy scene has gone, it's like up and down. There were years when it was so big, and then all of a sudden clubs closed. It wasn't, in vogue anymore. But I would think what's going on now in the world, Manny, that comedy is more important and getting bigger audiences than ever. And is that what you're starting to say that you're experiencing even around the Midwest?
Absolutely. I have a show every Monday night at the Comedy Bar downtown, and every week we have people that have never been to a comedy show. Every week we ask the audience, and there's always like 5 to 10 people that have never seen a comedy show, and they're coming for the first time. And that's just really exciting. People are getting into it. I think it's people just connect with laughter in a very fundamental, deep way that's just ingrained in us. And if you can laugh with a room full of people when the show is going well and there's momentum to it, and by the end the entire audience is just laughing as a unit, and it's just this wonderful experience that you can't really put words to unless you're there. And I will say, once in a while, comedy's bad, and it's awful. But most of the time, it is wonderful and great. And when it's hitting, it is one of the best. It's the most fun thing ever. It's also the scariest thing to do as the performer.
I agree with you.
1,000%. Yeah. But there really is there's something that I keep going back to. This whole idea of great reckonings in little rooms. Where the audience comes in, they're in this club or whatever this space is. It's intimate setting. And then there's just, it's all of us. And we're all just going to go along and say, we're all ridiculous. And we need to not take ourselves quite so seriously, and there's just something really, really magical about seeing live comedy. Yeah, I think, social media has done really great for promoting comedians' careers, and moving them forward. But I think, have you noticed that since clips are out there and kind of circulating, that actually drives people to the show?
It does. It does. But one of the things I'm finding is that a lot of people expect you to just do crowd work the whole time because that's what people think comedians do. Mm-hmm. And what they don't realize is crowd work is what you do when your jokes are not working. So it was a tool that comedians used oh, this is going badly. I guess I'll start doing crowd work. And that's just what hit online. But yeah, people have to realize that that's really not, traditionally, that's not what stand-up is. Stand-up is you're telling jokes and you're setting people up, obviously setting these jokes up and making people laugh. But, whatever's making comedy go, it's fine. But the crowd work is really what's pushing it now. And people sometimes they come to the show thinking you're going to do that, and sometimes you just don't feel like talking to anyone. I just want to do my jokes.
I'm going to say my jokes.
Yeah, you're entitled to do it.
Well, it's also it's one of the things that I love about stand-up comedy, and especially being on a lineup with like-minded folks, members of the same community, like what's happening at Thirst Trap Salon with Manny Petty at Zany's on June 9th. There's one of the things that I always loved about it that kind of juiced my juicer. That's not a thing, but was the fact that it is a powerful act. It is a forceful act. You are making people laugh, and there is this sort of contract between the audience and the comedian. Be like, yes, I'm going to give you this power, and when comedians grab that power and use it in a very benevolent way, it truly is magical. It is just magic. And especially on a lineup when there is something for Pride, where you have a bunch of different people from our community, because our community, we got one of everybody in there, and to see all these different perspectives and to hear just these different voices about a similar shared experience, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
And that's why it is valuable, because people don't want to hear from the same perspective every time. You know, for decades and decades and centuries, comedy was dominated by one type of person. And sure, that was funny, but like now you're getting all these other different perspectives and points of views. And there's so many more avenues to find the funny in things. And, you know, people think, oh, comedy's dead. You can't say anything nowadays. That is such a lazy way to look at it.
Oh, yeah.
The way I look at it is, if your joke a 12-year-old can write, that means it's not a good joke. Okay? That's when people say, oh, you can't say anything anymore. It's because you want to say something a 12-year-old would say, or somebody that is just a lazy joke that anybody could make, that's generalizing about somebody or a group of people or a population, and it's a lazy joke. And those are not that funny, frankly. It's just not good comedy. People want intelligent, fun insights that nobody's ever thought of and that people connect with. And that's the challenge of the comedians now, is you have to be smart, you have to be insightful, and you have to be interested in people and curious about humanity and what makes us tick. And that, you know, otherwise, what are we doing? You know,
Scott always says, you know, comedians hold up a mirror to society about what's really going on, and you know, doing it in a way that's approachable.
So you better get that mug looking good.
Right?
Yeah.
Get that mug all beat out and looking fresh and so clean and like a bald Mario brother. Look, like we're saying, it's always great to support live comedy in Chicago. And if you want to like really kick off Pride, make sure you grab tickets for a Thirst Trap Salon hosted by Manny Petty at Zany's Old Town on June 9th. For tickets, you can go to zanys.com, and there are a bunch of different clubs there. Go and click on Old Town. You can scroll through the calendar. Manny Petty, my friend, I want you to have the best show on June 9th ever. And I also want you to have an incredible Pride Month.
You too. Oh, it's always so good to talk to you both, and I wish you the best Pride Month.
Thank you.
Back at you.
Again, that is Thirst Trap Salon, hosted by Manny Petty at Zany's Old Town on June 9th. Manny Petty, thank you so much for coming, and happy Pride.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is the final thrilling show-stopping moments about Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Hey, this is Mark Patton, and I'm from Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, and you're listening to Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. So sorry about that. That was gross in your ear. I apologize. Scott Duff here, just hacking away. And Ellen Miller's here. Hey, you know, you can visit the Out Chicago show page to listen on demand to recent interviews and full episodes of the show.
Relive the love.
Relive the love. You can go to heartlandsignal.com/out to find us. We got a new website, and then when you find it, subscribe. Links for our full episodes and feature interview podcasts. You can read all about us. You can see our little pretty faces. There we are. Ding. Going on there. And also, you can listen to, rate, and share the Out Chicago full episodes and featured interviews, podcasts on, well, basically wherever you get a podcast, you know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeart, YouTube, and Amazon Music. Search for Out Chicago with Scott Duff and Ellen Miller, or again, visit WCPT's podcast page at heartlandsignal.com/podcasts. If you are very curious, some of the recent ones, we have York Walker, who wrote Covenant, now playing at the Goodman, which I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Guy Branum, comedian, actor, and Emmy and Golden Globe winning producer and writer of Hacks, that little show.
Just love it. I loved it. I'm sad it's gone.
I haven't finished it.
I won't.
We haven't finished it. Please don't. We're behind.
Yeah, no, we caught up.
The last one we saw was the one in the Cube.
Oh my gosh.
So I think we have like two
Wasn't
more.
that hysterical?
Yes.
When she's inside there making those
Look, Jean's smart.
She is so great.
I love her.
She needs to come back in something.
Oh.
Because I want to see more of her.
Well, she won't go away.
Oh, I know.
She's like a rash. She's like a rash. She just won't go away.
I love her. They're both, the whole show, the whole cast.
The whole cast is wonderful and very fun.
Yeah.
Yes. So
anyway, you can
hear our podcast from a guy who wrote it. So look, last weekend was International Mr. Leather, which I know out there to a lot of listeners that just sounds weird and strange and exotic. And you are correct on all of it.
All of those things.
But it's all of those things and one of the most celebratory moments that's going on. And the winner of International Mr. Leather 2026 was Mr. Palm Springs Leather 2026, Honey Davenport. Now, the only reason that one of the main reasons that I want to bring up that Honey Davenport was the winner for International Mr. Leather. Honey Davenport.
Don't tell me what I'm going to guess.
Was on RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay. What did you,
Never mind.
What were you going to guess?
I thought maybe it was a trans man.
No. But I believe a trans man won a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Right. Honey Davenport was on season 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race, making Honey, I think, the first drag queen to win the hyper masculine title of International Mr. Leather.
Yeah, that's always a very macho.
It's a super duper
lots of leather, and of course, and,
like lots of leather, lots of maybe not so much leather. Like there's just it's really like
cheeks,
I don't know like I'm not a I know about the leather community. I'm not a very big active participant within that community, but there is definitely the drive behind it is this focus on hyper masculinity. Now, I don't know if you saw any pictures. I'll send you a picture of Honey Davenport.
I'm looking at her right now.
But I think it's him.
Well,
so I know, like that's the thing that's so wonderful. Oh, that one. You're looking at the drag picture. You should look up International Male, like IML 2026, to see how he looks. And it's weird. People were kind of getting all like upset about things for some reason. But
what do you mean?
I don't know, because it's like, well, there was some scandal that was going on behind the scenes, which we don't need to get into that.
Oh, darn.
Really, because it was.
Okay.
I don't know all of the facts, and I don't want anybody to come after me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the fact that, again, somebody who has this ability to explore the feminine side of themselves in such like an incredible way, and then to also turn around and present as masculine.
Oh, I'm looking at the winning picture. Wow.
I know, like he looks amazing. He had also this great little like fan out leather thing,
full length coat.
Yeah, he's great, very. Very handsome.
Very versatile.
Very, very, but that's a completely different term in the community. But, but there's something really, really cool about how when Honey Davenport, when she made her entrance into RuPaul's Drag Race, she used the tagline "raw and unfiltered," because like honey. And when Honey Davenport was for International Male, he also was just talking about how he is raw and unfiltered. And there's just something away about like leather is just like drag. There's just a different sort of way to present yourself. And I think it's really, really cool that we have for our International Mr. Leather this year, one of RuPaul's old girls.
Yeah. Who knew?
I did.
You did.
I knew.
Of course you did.
But I don't know. Like, there's something kind of just really fascinating and interesting about that. And also just showing how the leather community itself is growing to be a little bit more inclusive.
Yeah, don't pigeonhole them into one, genre. I mean, obviously, the drag, she looks Honey looks fabulous when they're in drag, and when they're doing the leather thing, wow. Very macho, very masculine, and it's a beautiful world filled with diversity.
It is
filled with diversity.
It is a beautiful
never
world.
Even imagine.
There we go.
Yeah.
Girl. All right. So here we are. We are on the eve of Pride Month. We are, which feels kind of weird this year for me.
Yeah. Why do tell?
Well, it feels necessary to have big moments of queer joy and celebration. We need it.
Yeah.
I think we just as not just as a community, just we as people. We need it. We need this to celebrate joy. There's so much anger and so much vitriol just being thrown around.
And fear out there.
And fear. But there's something, I don't know, there's just something that feels, I know over the past couple of years, especially during like the first term with Ding Dong, that there is a lot of going back and remembering that Pride, others marched so that we could have a parade. Yes. You know?
Yep.
That we have made a lot of progress within a relatively small amount of time. And that we need to remember that, these rights are very tenuous. They can be at times.
That's what we're seeing.
You know, as we're seeing what's going on, as we're seeing with all of the anti-LGBTQ legislation that's being passed, especially on state levels, especially through the South. But we're also seeing, you know, just as a reminder of like, you know, even the rights that we do have, they may not be extended to everybody in the community. You know, I frequently say that LGBTQ folks, we've got a very big umbrella and we got one of everybody underneath there. And somebody is getting the, you know,
like
the short end of the
healthcare,
stick.
like healthcare that's being, you know, taken away from so many.
Yeah, it just feels like this year, as we're like heading into Pride Month, which of course I'm very excited about, just having, you know, the celebrations and the performances and the fests and you know the joy and the pub crawling, all the and. But it feels like we need this, you know, to have a moment to galvanize as a community, to come together and to be like, no, we're not scared. We will fight. We will march on and march forward. You know, I think that's a big thing.
And then like we talk about community, there's no bigger sense of community than there is, you know, around a Pride event.
Yeah. But do you feel the same? Like, where are you?
Well, I feel like, you know, we've been doing this show for several years now. And when marriage equality came in, I felt like, wow, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have as many things to protest and be mad about and be upset about. And then here we are. Yeah. As the tide has turned with Ding Dong, as you say, in office, and all of his horrible enablers that are trying to make America straight and white and male in every aspect of leadership and everyday life. And it's just, I feel like you do, that this celebration, sadly, is really important, more important than it's been in many years, and continues to be. You know, there was a time when I felt like, wow, we've got it all. We've got everything we've been wanting. And then all of a sudden, in a nanosecond,
no, we never got it all.
No, we never got it all. We don't have equality.
The Equality Act. Like,
right.
that is.
We do not have that passed in this
We have
country.
A lot here in Chicago.
We do.
We're very lucky.
We're in our bubble here, but I feel like being together in times like this has never been more important. Yeah. As a community.
Yeah, I hear. I mean, that's just kind of what's been weighing. I don't know, as we were like heading into this month, like, okay, what does this mean? What are we celebrating? What are we really acknowledging? We're acknowledging people who have fought for change. Yeah. We've recognized people. We're looking at people who were not necessarily out in their lifetimes, or yet contributed to society in such a huge way. Like, we're looking towards our past. All of the queer elders that came before us. There's a generation of gay men over me who didn't make it because of the AIDS crisis, and thankfully to a generation of lesbians coming in to take charge of everything. There's something, we have to remember that we are, as a community, we are very, very resilient, and we can overcome a lot of things, but we need to do it together. Indeed. And we need to make sure that we have everybody along for the ride. Yeah.
Sure. And Chicago, though, again, I feel so fortunate to be this being my home. I mean, look at how things have changed in theater. Like, there's all non-binary characters, there's gay characters in almost every, show we see. I mean, it's, Chicago is doing its part in a giant way, from our leadership to our theater community, to our comedy community, to our music community. And I'm so grateful we live here. every single day that we live here in Chicago. But we know that it's not like that all over the country, all over the world. And we have to be aware that we need to fight for everybody.
We sure do. And one person that was kind of leading that fight is Pete Buttigieg.
Yes.
So there was a recent poll. I know it's early.
I know
it's early. It's 2028. But right now, Pete Buttigieg is leading the field of potential Democratic presidential contenders in 2028. This is according to the latest Emerson College polling survey. That he's ahead of everybody. And my wonder is are we ready? Can America, will America elect a gay man as president?
You're looking at somebody who has waited her whole life for a woman to be elected president.
100%.
And this country has let me down. And I'm very reticent to make any judgment or about, because you know what? I'm a big Pete Buttigieg from day one, but I do not trust this country. I do not trust this country to do what's right. I trust them to fall back on fears and other sorts of brainwashing that will take place if he is the candidate by the money that we've talked about from Citizens United. I've lost my faith in thinking that people like Pete Buttigieg or Kamala Harris can be president right now. I really have. I wish I didn't feel that way, but I'm not that confident.
Right, because of racism and homophobia,
Yes,
misogyny, all that good stuff.
They're
yes.
well and alive in this country.
They are, and they're being stoked by the people in the White House who are going to have a cage match.
Oh my God!
That's always fun. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe because Pete's been knocking it out of the park, like always has,
and he's on Fox a lot too, and so he's got recognition and hopefully some respect from people that watch that station.
I think he does because he communicates clear. He's so smart and such an effective communicator, and it's really like just kind of an authenticity that feels like he's working towards the American people, kind of like Tallarico.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know.
Let's hope and pray. Let's hope.
Let's hope and pray, but we got some time before that. In the meantime, we are getting ready for Pride Month. It's so great and wonderful. And as we said earlier, we will be broadcasting live from the Center on Halstead at the Pride Parade on June 28th. So we hope that you will listen to us if you can't get it down to Chicago to see us. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank all of our guests, Melissa McMahon from Woodstock Pride, Ashley Robinson, playwright of Brokeback Mountain, and Manny Petty, who's going to be at Zany's Old Town on June 9th. Going on there. Paul, thank you for everything that you do back there.
Thanks, Paul.
We got Henry's back there. Henry, thank you. Oh, Henry. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Henry.
Ella Miller, thank you for all that you do. Have a wonderful week.
You too, Scott.
Thank you. And I'm Scott Duff. And until next week, stay proud.